Hello everyone and welcome to the Sanbrooke Adventures, where it's time for part 2 of our Christmas installation. Of course, last week we did the inside of the house. We put up our beautiful Christmas tree here in the living room, all the garlands going up the stairs. We did the window, the mirror, the kitchen, and that beautiful carousel as well. So if you haven't already seen it, make sure you check out that vlog here on the channel. In this video though, it's time to get my coat on and head outside into the back garden to start with the Christmas decorations in the back garden. Now, of course, for the past couple of years, we've had the huge tree, which really is gorgeous. And that was just the main focus, just on its own, the big tree with the twinkly lights, the app-controlled ones on there. And it was really nice. I loved it. That much so that last year, I added a big wreath in the back and put twinkly lights in that as well. However, so it didn't kind of distract away from the tree, I put the wreath over on the left-hand side of the shed, just on the fence there. But what I've decided to do this year is keep the tree, of course, in the same place. I mean, the whole garden was designed for it to go there, but actually bring the wreath over onto the main part of the shed and also add garlands with twinkly lights all in the top of the shed as well. So yeah, I'm literally going to line the outline of the top of the shed with garlands, put the twinklies in there, and then also have a couple of spotlights shining up onto the shed as well to create this whole kind of magical woodland kind of lodge feel with the outside of it all. So I'm going to start off by putting up the garlands across the top. But yeah, come and join me. It's going to come together nice, hopefully. I've never done this before. Obviously, first year doing this, but I thought, you know what? Let's do a few upgrades. Considering it's the middle of November, it's not actually too cold at the moment. I was looking on the phone and it looks like the weather's going to get a lot cooler next week. So it's perfect getting all the outdoor decorations done now before it gets too chilly. And also it's dry as well. So yeah, of course, this has been the home to the giant Christmas tree for the past 2 years. And it's been amazing. I mean, I've had this tree for over 10 years. Used to have it at Mum and Dad's house. And of course, when I designed this garden, when we first moved in, designed this perfectly so the tree would sit on there and then of course attach it to the back. So yeah, that's going to be going in that place. But first, need to actually add the new garland that's going to be going up, because obviously I won't be able to access that part of the shed as easy. Now, I know you're not necessarily going to see a little bit of the garland there and at the side because the tree will be in place, but I didn't want to miss it out. I'm going to be starting from that corner, having the garland all the way across, then coming down here across the shed as well, before going up on this section and round, and then I'm also going to add a smaller wreath with twinkly lights in just there as well. So yeah, it's going to look really good. Then the bigger wreath last year I had just over here on the fence. And what we're going to do for this year is have that wreath over on here. So obviously we'll put the tree in place before the wreath, probably just to make sure it goes in position nicely, and then going to put the wreath on there above the window, well, kind of on top of the where the window is. So yeah, going to get started. I've got some garland from a local garden centre, Blue Diamond at Trentham Gardens, really nice up there, and you got some brilliant Christmas stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get the garland. I'm literally going to put some screws in all the way across, cable tie them on, and start attaching this garland up. Let's go. Well, there we go. I've got the first 2 garlands in place now. They're on the shed, as you can see behind me. Yeah, it's looking really good. I'll continue in just a moment. Firstly, though, I just wanted to say, you know, why I'm putting garlands up. Because obviously, you know, you might think, oh, why didn't you just put icicle lights, or maybe just putting the lights on there instead of actually in a garland. But I just wanted it to have that extra special effect, especially because twinklies look even better, in my opinion, when you do put them in like a garland or on a tree or a wreath, instead of just attaching them to the shed. So the easy option would have been just literally putting the lights all the way across, or getting the twinkly icicles, which do look good. I don't own any of them, but they do look good. I have some normal icicles that we put in the gutter at the front of the house, but I thought, you know what, let's make it extra special, then it'll match the wreath and the tree by putting the garland across. And yeah, it looks really nice. Much like with the tree outside, I'm not going to be decorating them and putting any baubles in or anything like that, ornaments for our American viewers, literally so you get the full effect of the twinkly lights. Obviously, when you don't have any decorations in the garland, the wreath or the tree, you do see the effects even better. And as much as the twinkly effects look good in the house, on the tree, even better with the big tree just outside here because it's not decorated. But here we go. Yeah, let's carry on putting some more garlands in place. Well, I've been working on the garlands for about an hour, and you know what? It is looking absolutely awesome. Yeah, I've put them all the way around the top of the barn shed just here now, and kind of followed the shape of the shed just here all the way across to the end. Yeah, it's looking really good. See, as I mentioned, I've got a large wreath that I had last year over on that fence that I'm going to move over and put in this location. So that's going to kind of go on there. I might end up putting it up first before the tree, actually, because I think I'll be able to line that up anyway, because I know that the tree goes directly in the middle of the squares just there. So if I line that up right, should be pretty good. That's me. Hey. And yeah, all the way across just there. Looking really good. Oh, there's a little bit of cable tied. I just need to get off the roof over there. When I get to theme parks attractions and you see like little bits that haven't been finished off, I think, why has nobody gone and just like quality checked it? Because I do, even on like a project just like this at home, and I'm the only one seeing it every day. You know, I know I'm showing it on YouTube with you all, but yeah, like I like to make sure that if I'm doing something, I do a proper job. You know what I mean? But yeah, like a lot of theme parks and stuff, just leave cable ties and they don't like clip the ends. You know, so yeah, what I've done here is literally just screw it into the wood, put a cable tie around, and that's gave it nice and secure just up there. I haven't got to worry about tying it down too much. We don't really get that much extreme weather and winds and stuff here in the UK, but even if we did get some wind, it's screwed in and cable tied as well. So yeah, I've got the large wreath to go up shortly, but I've got a smaller one that I'm going to put here. I'm literally just going to put it up the top on this section. I just thought it'd be quite nice, and just fill in that gap up there. Oh yes, it is looking fantastic. A bit like a Santa's grotto here in the back garden. Brilliant. That is the look that I was going for as well. Like, who remembers like when your local shopping centre used to have like a shed and put all garlands around it like a Santa's grotto? That's kind of my inspiration for this. And also like, you know, when you go to Disney, all like Main Street's got all the garlands and everything. I know I've not got Main Street USA in my back garden, but I thought, you know, lining the shed with all the garlands would look nicer than just putting icicle lights up. And yeah, it's looking really good. If I didn't use twinkly lights, I'd probably put ornaments, baubles in there to decorate them. But like I say, I really want the full effect of the twinklies. And talking to them, as it's a new set, I need to go and program them all in. So yeah, I'm going to do that with the Wi-Fi router. Obviously, you only have to do that once, and then it's all stored for future years. So yeah, I need to go and turn them on and get it all synced up with the Wi-Fi, and then that will connect through to my app. And if you've watched this channel for a few years now, you'll be quite familiar with these. Here we go, Twinkly Strings Generation 2. And yeah, we've got the 600 lights just here. So yeah, I'm going to get these out and of course get them all set up. Since I first bought some of these like 5 years ago now, a Christmas hasn't gone by without me buying more. And yeah, there we go. They all come nicely wrapped up just there as well. You got the little like Wi-Fi receiver just there. And yeah, that's it. Look at that. Always look after them each year, you know, and keep them wrapped up. It makes it nice and easy for the following year. Fantastic. You get some stickers just down here too. Little postcard. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, these are brilliant. The best Christmas lights you can get. And we're all set up, nice and easy. All you need to do is when you first get them, if you're buying these, is just plug them in, and obviously they'll turn on like that. And then this light will be flashing like an orangey colour. And then what you do is, of course, download the Twinkly app, go into your settings, make sure Bluetooth's on, and then you just press and hold this whilst you're adding a new device, and then it'll connect them up. It just updated the firmware as well, and then you name them. So yeah, I've called it Shed Garland. You can see there we've got Garden Tree. Obviously it's not set up yet, but it remembers it from last year. Garden Wreath, the house, and then also Shed Garlands. So fantastic. House, I've actually merged two together in there as well, which is cool, and you can like merge them and do all sorts of funky things. Yeah, there we go. That now activates with that, which means we can go and get these set up and put in the garland. I'm back outside there now, and it's time to install the lights into the garland. So yeah, I've got them just plugged in here on the floor now, just into an outdoor socket. It's not going to be staying in that, only temporary whilst I'm putting them in, then I'll unplug it. And when I get the wreath and a few bits for the tree out of the loft, I've got like the weatherproof box that goes underneath the tree, and it's all going to be plugged into there. But I thought for now, just so I can get these installed, it's not raining or anything, so I'll just run that over. But obviously you want to make sure that you've got the plug indoors or undercover in a watertight box, and then also you've got the little Wi-Fi router there, which can actually stay outside. It's only the plug itself what needs to be in a watertight area. So yeah, I'm going to put these up now. Obviously it works out good because the Twinkly Strings Generation 2 come with the two different strings there, and it's ideal for this because obviously I've got the gap, so I'm going to be starting it here, one set there, one set there, and then of course that set's going to go all the way across. That's the one you're going to see not that much of in the middle here, but you will over on the end. So it's about prioritizing where I want the lights to be. I could do the lights after, but obviously it's a lot easier without the big tree being in position to put these in. So yeah, I'm going to install these now. Don't normally fasten these in with any cable ties or anything. Literally just hook them over the branches, and that's always been fine on the big tree. So I'll do the same with the garland just here. Let's go. Oh, and there we go. That's all of the twinkly lights put into the garland. Doesn't take as long as you'd expect, actually. About half an hour to put them all in. And obviously it's worked out great. The fact that the twinklies come as like 2 sets, but a 1, if that makes sense. Because obviously I started 1 here and the other one at the top. And yeah, I got lights all the way across there. And I made sure there's more in the areas where you're going to be able to see them clearly. Because obviously the big tree is going to be going up into this place. And yeah, that does kind of going to block a little bit of this middle section here. Probably not too much, just across over here. And obviously I've not put loads down in this bottom section either. Because again, you're not going to see it because of the tree. But yeah, big focus has been on this front section, especially with it being closer to the house. And walking on in to get into the shed. Can you see the bookworm in there? Just make out his head. There you go. Yeah, all the way across. I tell you what, you'll see him a bit better now. Put me, there he is. Hey! Lovely. Oh, it's like a Pepper's Ghost effect, isn't it? It's magic. Fantastic. I spent too long in theme parks. Love it. There you go. Yeah, it looks great. Really happy with that. So what I'm going to go and do now is get the large wreath that was on the fence over there from out the loft, and that's going to obviously go in place over here on the right, just so it's more in focus this year, and you can see it a lot better. And yeah, along with that also, we're going to get the twinklies out the loft, what make up the tree as well. Of course, ready to start the installation of the Christmas tree itself. And back down from the loft, and some of you may remember a video of me and my dad making this wreath actually out of an old hula hoop that we found in the garage, and some old Christmas garland as well from when we used to do a massive display at the old house. And yeah, literally hula hoop and then put all the garland around it, and then I put the twinklies on here for last year, and looks great. So yeah, it was over on the shed last year. I'm going to fasten it up here now above this window. And there we go, that's the large wreath now in place. You can see now why I wanted a small one on this side, because obviously, yeah, it just balances it out quite nice with the small one at the top and then the larger one over there on the right hand side. And yeah, I've put it slightly to the right of the window instead of right in the middle of the two there. And that is, of course, because the huge tree is going into place and that kind of overlaps into the middle window. So I think that's about in the right place. So at night, that looks perfect. However, if I do need to move it, or if it doesn't look quite right once the tree's in, I can easily do that. It's only fastened in with 2 screws and 2 cable ties. Fantastic. But now I've got all my cabling just down here, waterproof box and all that. So I'm just going to sort out all the power now. And that, of course, that's done for them. And then it's on to the big tree itself. It literally looks like a Santa's grotto here in the back garden. Can't wait to see it at night, even without the tree. Just the garland all around the top of the shed there, and the wreath look absolutely awesome. Right then, up next, it's time to install the monster that is the 15-foot tree. I've had this for many, many years. It used to be part of a big display. Used to do it at my mum and dad's house. And then we had it up a little bit in the garden at mum and dad's house in the back. And then, of course, that's when I first discovered twinklies. I put them on the tree. I had them there for a couple of years. And this is the 3rd time it's been up here now at our house. But here we go. Time to install the beast that is the 15-foot mega tree. Hey, here we go. So it begins. I always love putting this up every year. Now, it does take quite a while to do, but you know what? It's more than worth it because it looks amazing here in the garden when it's all installed. And of course, when we moved into the house over 2 years ago, I designed the garden literally so this tree would fit perfectly on the slabs just here. Yeah, I got the stand out when we moved in and measured to make sure that all this was going to fit right. And you know what? It looks amazing here because it's got a nice reinforced base. We fastened this down to it, and you know what? It always looks awesome in this position. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, hang on a minute, where do you store this stuff? Well, I've actually got some storage containers around the back of the shed just here. and then literally I made it so this fence panel comes off, and then I can just bring stuff round. So it's nice and easy. It also means you're not having to get this up and down the loft, because firstly, it probably wouldn't fit through the loft hatch, and secondly, there'd be bits absolutely everywhere. So it's nice how it's got a watertight container around the back of the shed, and then literally bring it out every year. Right, let's go. Hey, well, as it's starting to get dark, the lights that I've put up are looking awesome, and the tree's starting to go into place as well. So yeah, you can see why I didn't put quite as many lights on that section, what's going to be covered by the tree, and prioritise the other areas. But no, it's looking really good. And as much as the past couple of years, it's been really nice having the tree as like that standalone feature. I think it complements it really nice, having these other lights and the wreath on the shed as well. And like I say, I'm going to kind of shine some spotlights at it too, to give it like a nice glow too, which will be fantastic. But yeah, anyway, you might be thinking, hang on a minute, how do you fasten up something so big like this? So like I say, there's multiple different points that we fasten this up with. So down at the bottom, of course, you've got the base. I'll be putting some big like rocks down there and tying it down. And also, I've got this big wooden structure that me and Dad made when we moved in a couple of years ago. So basically this wraps around the middle of the tree, and then I screw this into the shed, and of course that helps keep it extra secure as well. And then cable tie this to the middle. So yeah, it's got like this massive anchor right in the middle to stop it moving anywhere. And then of course from the top as well, just for extra security, put 4 super tight wires coming down to the bottom that are grounded to the floor as well. So yeah, it's nice and secure. Never had a tree fall down in all my life yet. Oh, look at that beautiful moon tonight. Perfect for working out here in the garden. And it's not too chilly at all at the moment, so I thought it'd be ideal getting all the lights up here and the Christmas tree before the weather takes a bit of a turn, because it looks like it's going to be a lot cooler next week. So yeah, the 3 sections are all in place over there now, and I've also added that bracket along the back just there and screwed it into the sheds. There we go. As you can see how that's all screwed in and fastened underneath. Obviously it's hidden from the front and the side, so you don't really see it. And then also, that's cable tied all into the middle just there as well. So yeah, it's just about making it nice and stable, really. Yeah, keeping the stability up. Yeah, that's looking really good. I've not done any other fastenings to the ground or anything else yet. I'm now literally working on these 2 sections. Here we go. So yeah, what I've done, got these 2 all fastened up just here. And then I've cable tied it temporarily just to the side over here onto my step ladder, just whilst I'm putting all the lights around it, because obviously this is time consuming now, because I've got to put 1,000 lights onto here now. So yeah, this is just one set of 2, and then sync them all up. So yeah, literally just got to keep walking round and round the tree here, putting them all in place. And the reason that I do this is because obviously the tree is huge. Up there at the top is very high. You can just about reach on a ladder, but you can do the lights a lot better if you do it like this on the ground, and then lift these 2 sections that are now joined together into place. And obviously yeah, I'll make sure that Charlotte's holding the ladder whilst I go up there and slot it in. Yeah, that's about the height of the shed, actually. Perfect. It's like it was designed that way, really, back when I bought the tree over 10 years ago. Obviously, it wasn't, but yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, just going to keep wrapping all the lights around here now, listen to a bit of music, and yeah, keep going round and round in circles. It's like I'm back on a ride. This is almost the size of the Christmas tree in the living room. So yeah, I've just been putting all the lights on here, wrapping them round, and with this top section, I do them all the way around the tree as well. And the main reason for that is because obviously all of our neighbours can see it, and I want it to look really nice. So obviously people that are down there at the back and at the side can see the tree from all the way around. However, of course, when it gets to that bit, obviously I don't need to put them all the way around the back. I just kind of do them to the sides and round to the right hand side there as well. So literally, this is almost ready for lifting in now, but before lifting that into the top, I'm just going to add 4 thick wires, tie them round the top, and then of course hang them in the tree. We'll lift that into place, and then I've already got the wires attached, which I can ground the side as well, just to make it more secure. Fantastic. Oh, this is looking amazing. I think it's really complemented it, having the lights on the shed and the big wreath just over there too. I think I got the wreath in the right place, actually. I can just yeah, imagine the lights all the way down, and I reckon that'll fit in Lovely, fantastic. And yeah, it's actually really solid. I've not actually attached the 4 wires yet down at the bottom. They're just hanging down the tree, much like the lights are currently there. Because yeah, that top section's all in place, and it means now I can get it fully secured to the ground. Obviously, it's a lot better doing the top section of lights on the ground, and yeah, you can get it all even and looking really good. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to carry on getting it all secured to the ground, and yeah, carry on with the lights then. Well, here we go. All the lights are now in place. The tree has been programmed and synchronized, and the garden is now officially ready for Christmas. And you know what? I think this looks absolutely beautiful. I'm really pleased with how the garland on the shed and the wreath in that position has complemented the tree. I think it looks stunning, and obviously this is just one of many different settings that you can do with all of this, and I can have them all on the same if I want to. As you can see here, I've got the tree and the wreath on their own setting, and then at the moment I've got the other wreath and the garland on a different one with a nice twinkle. And the good thing is you can change the brightness and everything of all these lights, which is fantastic. So for now I've kind of dimmed the ones on the shed a little bit just to make the tree and the wreath really stand out. But now I'm really pleased with how that's come together. And obviously starting off here on the left hand side, nice little archway over the shed. That's one of my favourite settings actually, coming down from the top of the tree. And yeah, I managed to get the lights perfectly in position once again. I've done this tree that many times now. I'm pretty much perfect at getting the lights even. It's one of them things that, you know, you can get pre-lit trees, and Twinkly do like a pre-lit version that's huge, but it is ridiculously expensive. It's more like commercial for like shopping centres and things. I'm sure it was like $7,000 or something, and I would never spend that on a Christmas tree. Not for at home, my home anyway. But yeah, obviously this looks amazing. I'm really impressed with how this has come together. Bring it a little bit closer over. Oh, the wreath looks so nice there, the garland. And that's the thing, I could have not done the garland and just brought the wreath over anyway. But I thought, no, let's kind of tie it all together to create this ultimate festive vibe. And I'm so happy with it. Obviously, like I say, I'm planning on putting like a couple of spotlights shining up, but I don't know if it needs it. I'm going to try it and see. But as you might be thinking, hang on, where's Charlotte? Obviously, with a back issue, she's not been able to help me here in the garden today. Luckily, I've managed to do it on my own. One-man job this year for the first time, I think, putting this big beast up on my own. But I have managed to do it, which is good. I don't know if I've got a little bit taller or not, but I managed to do it with the step ladder, the small step ladder, instead of getting the big one. But I'm so pleased with how this looks. A real winter wonderland here in the garden. Yeah, let's go and get Charlotte, see if she's all right. And here she is! Merry Christmas!
Here I am! Literally for the past 2 days, I have been so poorly. I've had a really bad sickness bug. I've had so much pain in my back. I have literally been bedbound. I'm feeling a little bit better though now, but Sean's done such a good job. I'm gutted that I couldn't help you with all of it.
Oh, well, you gave me some moral support from inside anyway when I've been nipping in.
I was cheering you on from in the front room, but it looks lovely. You've done such a good job.
Do you like the extra additions for this year?
Yeah, I think it looks really nice. It complements it really well. It's just so sparkly, isn't it?
It does. Like, that's what I've been saying. Like, I was debating what to put round. I thought I could just literally line the twinklies up there on the shed, and that's all. But then I thought, no, let's put garland up there as well, because it matches the tree then and the wreath.
It looks lovely.
And it makes it a bit thicker, because obviously if I hadn't have put garland in, it would have just been like a string across. And no, I really like it. Got the small wreath over on the left, and yeah, I'm glad that you like it, Charlotte.
Oh, it just looks so nice. Like, it's always nice when we're sat in the kitchen and we're just looking out at the tree, and the good thing is you can just change the light colours all the time, which is lovely.
Yeah, I do love my twinklies. I buy a new set every year. Maybe next year might do them bushes down there next year. Yeah, just keep adding different bits. But no, I'm glad that that's all up. And yeah, it's been a productive day. Yeah, it's about 8:30 at night. I've been working on it all afternoon, but it looks beautiful. It really does. And there's the bookworm. You just see him in there. But obviously, we don't normally have these festoons on just here. I've just had these on whilst I've been working. But no, I'm glad that you like it, Charlotte.
Oh, it looks so good. You've done a really good job.
That's it. We're all officially decorated for Christmas. Fantastic. You get yourself back in and go and have a rest. I'll show you a few of the different settings on the tree. And with all my twinkly lights now in place, everything's all set up beautifully here in the app. Garden tree with 1,000. We've got the garden wreath with 250. The house with 650. And the shed garland with 600. And obviously you can all operate them here and change them all and program them and synchronize to music and all that kind of stuff. But now I'm really happy with how that looks. There we go. Fantastic. Merry Christmas, everybody. That's the thing now. When you decorate so much, I like to get things up early so you can make the most of it. I know that it might be too early for some people, but I said this in the other video and I'll say it again. Do what makes you happy. And I love Christmas. I really do. So I'm so happy with how this is all looking. Hey, a few different settings we can go through just here. Oh, yes. That's the thing. That's why you map the tree, just so you get the lines perfectly. And obviously I do it straight on from here, so it looks the best from the house. Obviously it looks great for everybody else, but you know, we want the best view so we can see it just here. It is our tree after all. Oh, look at that. That's one of my favourites. Fantastic. And obviously you could sync all three up if I wanted to, like the garland, the tree and the wreath, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep them separate, because obviously if I synced them like I did with the tree inside and the stair garland, it would all three would like change onto the same thing all the time. And there might be some times where I want them on different, like now with the twinkly. But now that is lovely. The multicolour just there, that's a nice one. 1,000 twinkly LEDs on a 15-foot tree. Brilliant. Oh, it looks amazing. I love Christmas, I really do. It's my favourite time of the year. And I'm glad that you've all enjoyed watching this video and seeing it all getting set up. Oh, candy canes just there. That's a good one. Obviously it shows you just on there as well, so you can see all your settings. So cool. That's the same now as what the garland's on, and obviously you can change like the brightness and it's like that if we wanted to. We want the brightness up. There we go. So that's a lot brighter than the garland. I think the garland always wants to be a little bit dimmer, just so you can get the nice effect for it all. But fantastic. Hey, oh, that's quite magical. Just with the twinkly, it's like something from Disney. Amazing. Yeah, so many different ones now that you can get just in. You can download new effects as well. Really cool. You can write in the tree. That's quite a good one. The magic band. Nothing to do with Disney. Hey. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I love it. But comment down below. I know I've inspired a lot of you to get twinkly lights. And like I say, it's not a sponsorship or anything like that. Literally, I just really like these lights. I think they're some of the best that you can get. You know, I mean, you wouldn't want some of these. Like, yes, they can be quite expensive, but you know what? They are definitely worth it. And that's why I buy a few more every year, just to add to the collection. Merry Christmas. Oh, a bit of the candy cane forest just there. Loving that. It looks fantastic. And yeah, I've actually just put in these two spotlights down on the ground. I bought them for Halloween to light up the groundbreaker skeleton. Blimey, it feels like ages ago now, even though it only went like a week and a half ago. Yeah, like, I've put them down just to show you the kind of idea that I was thinking about lighting it up. But I'm not too sure. I think I'm going to leave them for now and then make a decision later on. It's just obviously it lights up the shed a little bit and just kind of adds to it, unless I just shine them over in the trees over there on the right hand side. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that anyway. I might add that. If I do though, I'll update you in a further video over Christmas time. go. That does mean that our Christmas decorations are complete for 2024 and it looks beautiful. I'm really happy with the new additions for this year outside here in the garden and also in the house as well. That carousel that we've got on the dining table is lovely. Like, it's been just over a week since we put the decorations up inside, and every time we sit at that dinner table we have the carousel on with the music, and it's lovely. And while we're doing the washing up as well, we have it on just over there, and it's so nice to spread that Christmas cheer throughout the house. Whenever we've got people around as well, put the carousel on, and yeah, it's lovely. Really happy with that. And of course how the garden looks just here as well. Of course, let me know if you put your decorations up yet. Have we inspired you to put yours up as well? At the end of the day, you've got to do what makes you happy. I love Christmas, I always have done, and really pleased with the decorations this year. Our third time decorating for Christmas at this house, and you know what, I am so happy with how all of it looks. But as always, we really appreciate your support. We're going to be visiting lots of different Christmas markets and events coming up over the coming weeks as we head through December, so make sure you stay tuned for all of them videos because we look forward to taking you along as always with everywhere that we go. But Merry Christmas everyone, have a wonderful holiday season, and of course thank you very much for watching and have your own adventures. See you soon.